What if I told you that one man walked across the entire world? No cars, no planes, no shortcuts, just his 2 feet, carrying him across 19,000 miles of mountains, jungles, deserts, and frozen wilderness. This is the unbelievable true story of George Meegan, the man who holds the world record for the longest unbroken walk in human history. It's 1977. A young British man named George Meegan stands at the very bottom of South America, in a place called Tierra del Fuego. It's the end of the world. Most people come here to say they've seen it. George came here with a bigger idea. He wanted to walk and all the way to Alaska. People laughed at him. They said it was impossible. But George wasn't here to listen. He was here to walk. His first challenge, Patagonia. The winds there are so fierce they can knock a man down. For weeks, George pushed against the gales, his backpack nearly blowing away, his legs aching. At night, he slept in tents that rattled like paper. Some nights, he thought the wind would carry him away. But step by step, he kept moving north. Next came the Andes, the great mountains that split South America in two. George climbed winding paths, battled freezing nights and thin air that made it hard to breathe. But on the mountaintops, he found beauty. Golden sunrises, crystal lakes, and people who welcomed him with food and warmth. For the first time, he realized this wasn't just a journey of survival. It was a journey of connection. In Ecuador and Colombia, he faced the jungles. Mosquitoes swarmed him, the heat soaked his clothes. He battled illness and nearly gave up. But he met villagers who guided him through trails, shared meals with him, and reminded him why he was walking, to see the world in its rawest form. In Central America, danger took another form: people. One night, George was stopped by bandits. They demanded money, threatened him with knives. But George had nothing, only his backpack and his determination. Somehow he convinced them to let him go. He walked away shaken, but alive. It wasn't all danger. In his long journey, George also found love. In one village, he met a woman who captured his heart. They shared days together, talking under the stars, dreaming about the future. But George had to keep walking. His destiny was still far away. It was one of the hardest choices of his life, to leave love behind in order to chase a dream. Next came Mexico's deserts. The sun was merciless. His lips cracked, his skin burned, and water became more precious than gold. Some days he walked for hours without seeing a soul. The silence was deafening, but his footsteps never stopped. By the time George reached the US, years had passed. His clothes were worn, his boots had holes, and his body bore scars from the road. But he kept going, through cities, highways, and endless landscapes. People stared at the strange man with the backpack, but some offered him food, rides, and friendship. Finally, George reached Alaska, the last stretch of his impossible journey. But Alaska wasn't. Snowstorms blinded him. The cold froze his fingers. Wolves howled in the distance. Still, George pressed on, each step heavier than the last. After 2,426 days, nearly 7 years, and 19 miles, George Meegan finally stopped walking. From the tip of South America to the edge of Alaska, he had done what no human had ever done before. He had walked the world. George's journey wasn't just about breaking records. It was about resilience, about finding beauty in struggle, connection in strangers, and purpose in the impossible. His story reminds us that the human spirit can endure more than we ever imagine. When people told him it couldn't be done, George Meegan smiled, put one foot in front of the other, and proved them wrong. This was the story of George Meegan, the man who walked across the world. A story not just about distance, but about the journey of the human soul.